Greetings, I'm Sir Vainglory and welcome back to Season 3 of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is part 56, and starting off looking at our little slaughterhouse and meat production, or what do you call it? What's this? Small farm. What kind of small farm? Livestock. Livestock. It's a livestock farm. And the reason that we're looking at this is because I was thinking about changing out this silo. It's just too small to keep this stock throughout the year, so we're going to go with, what was it, 3,200? Yeah. Been looking at this. I'm going to have to demolish the small farm and that grain silo. I think I could probably just about squeeze that in there, but because of the road network, you have to have a one-way system. So may I actually have this plugged in something like that? Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're going to have maybe this rotated so that it's landscape instead of portrait. That can stay, and then we get the silo in there. Road off there and then back out here. I think that would work. But that's going to have to wait until this is emptied, obviously. So probably at the end of the winter. What else do we have going on? I was looking at these fields. We've got a lot more production because fertility is at 150, 200 in some fields now. We've got 3,500 tonnes of crops in there, with hundreds still to be brought in. What are we at? 26 September. A couple of months, maybe 7 weeks before we start to lose crops due to the cold. Yeah. I don't think we're going to lose too many if we lose any at all crops to the cold. Down in here, how are we getting on? We've got our mine. We need to get this completed. Do we have... I don't really have the right construction offices assigned. Get the road done for a start, then get the garbage stand. We need to get this finished, but yeah, you just need days. You need a wee bit more materials, but you're as good as done. And then we're going to have to bring buses up here. Where from? Let's check out unemployment. It's not too bad in there. Here. Yeah, I suppose because we need to train workers, or rail workers, up through here eventually, or over there. So we're going to set up a bus line from in here. I think we've definitely got the capacity for that. So let's get rid of this, create a new line, start there, and then into here, and then up to the mines. And you actually will supply workers into the heating plant and the coal ore processing as well as the mine. Thinking about it. And you're coming from Shikarny. Shikarny miners. Colliers. Okay, I save that for now. Then we'll get a couple of buses in here. 135 does 63 miles an hour. think we're better just going for the IKEA-280. 135 passengers. Let's come back over. It's actually here. 97 passengers waiting, 100 odd. There's no sign of a bus. Here's the next one. $135 might be pushing it. Another bus on its way as well. A couple of buses actually. Yeah, I don't think we can accommodate 135. We could put more flats in around here. And I probably will do that eventually. But if that's the case, we just put in another bus. Right, so we're not going for the 135, we're going to go for the MZ-04. Got a couple of them. Cool. Should be sorted out before long. Yeah, the bus is coming in a bunch here. So we need to think. We could put possibly another high-rise block up here. The hospital is the biggest concern for that. What's the distance we got? So that would be over 400. Mind you, it's 434 down there. If I did grab another one of these, it doesn't reach the hospital, it's telling me. Well, it does 432, so we could just squeeze it in there. I don't know if we can improve the paths any, that would help too. Right, so I think that's actually going to be possible after all. What kind of paths do we have? I know we've got asphalt with lamps already. Could get rid of that actually, we don't need that bit. And that might help, depending on the pathing. Let's see. Yeah, get rid of that road now. Right, so I think we will have another block of flats in there eventually. But first of all, let's set you to line. Custom line. 0 vehicles, that's Chicardi, it's going to be the next page. Miners and colliers. And then here, pick up workers only. And up here, unload workers only. And off you go. And you can start by contributing to the construction up there. You head off as well. Get yourself sorted out. Still working our way up there. Here comes your crane. So they're almost done, and that will be everything at that point. We've got the waste in here. Do you have spaces here? No, we don't. And we've only got small garbage trucks. I might need another technical services then. A bit tight for space. In here. May as well. What we're looking at then, waste. No. Yes. Maintenance, technical services. We only need 4 vehicles really. Set that in here. Yeah, that's fine. Get that built. That'll be okay. What are we at? 4th of October, how are we getting on with our crops? Still actually harvesting over here. And we have maxed out. We actually went with 7 harvesters, just to 5 tractors. So I'm glad we did that actually. How much have we got there? 4,000. Still got plenty of space. Everything here's been brought in. The truck's there. You're delivering over to Audacity as well. Okay, we'll leave that for now. I don't think it's quite time to reset them. You have still 500 tonnes of crops, 14 tonnes of fabric, so this must be maxed out. 100 tonnes it is. And those trucks are sitting idle then. That's okay. How about over here? Newest farm. 134 tonnes, 116. Look at all the trucks. I ended up ordering another 4 trucks for up here, so we've maxed out. We have 2,100 tonnes of crops in there, and the trucks up here are coming down to transport some of the crops up there. Plenty of meat, plenty of food. So that's another thing that we need to look at. I've got a line that runs covered hull trucks. Only 2 of them though. One of them is probably enough actually to run backwards and forwards. If we're dropping off in there, 45 tonnes, that's fine. So what I might want to do instead then is take one of those vehicles and stick it onto this food transport. And instead of dropping off there, I could come over. Maybe I'll have 2 lines. We'll have one that will drop off at the food factory there, and we'll have another, or yeah, drop off at the food factory. Do the same up here, I think. And maybe even if the food factories are full capacity, you can store 72 tonnes of crops, and you don't tend to have crops sitting idle. I was just thinking that we might actually do what we do with likes of electronics, drop off crops for processing, and any spare go out to the border. But we don't really need to export food. So we might actually just leave that. Right, is that road done yet? No. It still needs 4.6 tonnes of asphalt. Let's fast forward, that'll help. And are we getting workers up here? Nobody there yet. Here comes the bus actually. You come up with 91 workers. And they should split into the 3. So vast majority go into the mine. 74 of them. We'll get a few going in, a couple going in there maybe, and then the remainder 15 in here. Excellent, and you will actually, these are all complete now, so we've got coal coming through already. Store that item obviously. So you'll work away, and everything's coming through here, is it? Well, that's maxed out because we've been delivering coal. There's the thing. This no longer needs these lines coming out. So we could just get rid of that then. Delete that from there. So you would come out to there along the highway. That works for me. Yeah, good stuff. And the other one is this line. Get rid of that again. Okay. Excellent. So all coal needs for the heating plant now produced from the mine here. We are working away. We should stay topped up at 870, roughly. Let's notify if empty though, just in case. And that takes the load off the mine and the processing plant up here. We've got another fire with a spate of fires last time out. Electric substation, but there's a fire truck right there. So yes, steel, plenty of being produced now. Right. Yeah, I think I'm going to... Well, hang on. The reason that I've got a truck running down from the mountains to this department store is because it wasn't being supplied consistently by the distribution lines down here. So we'll set up completely different lines then. Let's grab this. Pick up from here. And it's food, it's not crops. Right, okay. Well, in that case, drop off there, and if you've got any left, drop off there. So the bread factory, you load up, you unload, and there you unload as well. And I don't think I've named this area up here yet, have I? Let's shift you. Oh yeah, Shavat. I did. That's not okay. Let's just call this one export. Try it again. Keyboard's in the wrong place. My fingers aren't in the right keys. Export one, right. Good enough. And no. Save. Another line from here. You're going to head out to that warehouse, and then you run up to the border as well. So load, unload, and unload. Just two. Save that. Okay, and 2 trucks each. I mean, it's a long run after all. So, covered hulls. Get 4. We'll put 2 on each of those lines. And see how we got on with that. Right, how's this looking? 775 tons. What's coming up here, if anything? Oh, you still go down. Where's this light? Where'd you go? Ah, so there's still crops down in here. Is that full? Just about. Could you then go and unload up there? And not in there for now. Yeah, because we want that emptied. I could deliver crops directly here, so I could use these trucks to deliver there instead while we're demolishing this and reconstructing. This here. We need to get... Do I have a spare depot up here? I thought I did have a depot. Technical services, so is that. These are all technical services. There's a depot... maybe there's not. No depot. Right, we'll put down a couple of temporary depots just to store the 6 vehicles. Because I don't want to build something. So... I might actually... I could squeeze one in there for sure. Now, because I need to use some of that space for buildings, don't I? So, up here. You sit there. Your pal can sit there. Okay. Change depot. Come on, let me see it. There you go. Change depot. And I want to change all of you vehicles to there. Alright. That's good enough. Let's demolish that and that for now. The road's going to have to go as well, actually. Small farm. There's plenty up here. What did I say? We want... I want the farm to be like that instead. Somewhere in there. Should I actually go ahead and do this just now? Or wait until... Right, let's flatten the terrain. Plop it down there for now as if that's where it's going. And then have a look at the storage. That's the one. Yeah, I think if I put this about here, do I want a dump for fertiliser? We could maybe make use of one. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. And somewhere in there, we can use the top 2 exports to connect up to the slaughterhouse and the livestock farm and the small farm. Yeah, I think that works. And in the meantime, do that. And this can be just a gravel road. for the sign. Those construction offices to it. That should be plenty. Right, we're into 8th of November. Fields are empty here. I don't think the list down to cold. 4,300 tons. How about, whoops, back up here. 1.16 tons there. 2.34, 2.8, 6 point, right, let's watch this. Ticks over to the 11th of November. We can see if there's a reduction in the number of tons of crops. I think it's reached about the 13th or 14th when it starts to be affected. Right, 11th of November, we've still got the same 6.99 tons. We're still at 8 degrees C. It's dropping now. Into the 12th, we've still got 6.99, and we're probably going to have the crops all picked up before 13th of November. Well, maybe not. Trucks are heading up there. So, into the 13th. Right, and we lost crops there. So, 13th of November is the first. When it's cold enough, it actually dropped down below 0. Right, so we're going to lose a few tons of crops there, but how much did we actually end up with? 3,100. I wonder if we were just about maxed out then, maybe. I don't want to share that. I could send you up there actually. We had 630 tons, we got 670, so that increases just slowly, but that's a good sign. Almost maxed out on meat. Forgot completely to assign those trucks to those lines. Let's do that now. Down in here. Set line. It's going to be a custom line, isn't it? Food export 1. Off you go. Copy that to you. Off you go. And let's set line spacing. Then you set you to line. Custom line again. Export 2. There's your buddy. Start detail line spacing. Right. Okay. We've got power problems. Fantastic. Why do we have power problems? Did you run out of workers? Looks like 20 now. Is that because there's a bus just left, maybe? Looks like it was just a minor flicker, so I'll let you away with that. Right, before we go, I want to have a look over here. In fact, I'm going to hang around until the snows start. This junction does seem, and the new road does seem to have made all the difference. I don't really get much in the way of hold-ups. This junction's still maybe not the best. And I think I've just spotted another opportunity here. Let's get rid of that road. I'm going to draw a road in right from there. Asphalt you up. And that'll ease the burden up in this junction. In fact, I could probably get rid of that entirely when this is done. Yeah, I think we're getting on top of that finally. Chemicals, well, we have 28 tons, that's not too bad. A bit electronics. 190 tons. Okay. And we still have full, yeah, full storage of coal. I'm working away. Did I get this? Did, but what we've not done yet is this. We'll get there. Hopefully before the waste overflows. I didn't know that's waste. Nothing in it yet. Alright. I haven't even looked out at my new site over there. What we could do, what we should be doing now is gravelling up the roads here. And yeah, gravel up as far as that just now, and there, and there. Is this one way? It is, isn't it? 600 tons. I want that road asphalted up, so we're going to pull our road off here, stop snapping, come up to there, and then do that. Get that asphalted up. We'll get construction offices assigned to that initially. That should be good enough. Okay, I think that's long enough for this. So traffic is still slightly heavy around this area, but it's mostly because of that hold up there, I think. Construction offices down here, let's make sure we've got the right ones assigned. Okay, so it's time for a break, and next time out we'll get to work on the, hopefully, on the grain or the crop storage up at the meat farm, and maybe continue building out beyond the current limits. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I hope to see you again next time. Cheers!